In business and tech, we are just swimming in acronyms. But what if one of them, just a single three-letter acronym, was secretly causing a huge disconnect inside your company? Well, today, we're going to unpack the identity crisis of IPE. Let's get right into it. Seriously, just picture this for a second. You're in a big, important meeting. Someone says, we need to focus on IPE, and they mean optimizing the entire business strategy. But the person right next to them hears IPE and immediately starts thinking about automating cloud infrastructure. I mean, that sounds like a recipe for total disaster, right? Because it is. And believe me, it is happening all over the place. And this slide right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the confusion. On one side, IPE is all about the logic, the core business workflows and strategy. On the other side, it's about the machinery, the actual tech that makes that strategy come alive. They're the same letters, but they represent totally different universes. So let's break them down. We'll start with the business side first. All right, so first up is business IPE. Let's think of this as the strategist. This IPE is all about the big picture. It's focused on the why and the what of everything the business does. So what is integrated process excellence? Well, it's not about just buying some flashy new software. It is a whole management philosophy. Think about those huge core business processes like order to cash or hire to retire. This IPE is all about making sure those processes are as smart and efficient as they can possibly be. It's the logic that powers the entire company. And this is where it gets really powerful, because the strategist delivers some serious return on investment. It stops the company from just, connecting systems for the sake of it. It uses cool tools like process miners to hunt down bottlenecks and really light up hyperautomation. And get this, it dramatically improves how usable your data is. We're talking about organizations cutting the time their analysts spend just cleaning data by up to a whopping 60%. It's all about making the business smarter and faster. Okay, so let's shift gears and look at the other side of this IPE coin, platform IPE. We're going to call this one the engineer. And as you might guess, this is all about building that powerful, scalable tech infrastructure that every modern business depends on. So what's integrated platform engineering? Well, it's a model for making your tech teams way more efficient. The whole goal is to build these internal self-service platforms. So if a software developer needs a new database, boom, they can get one in minutes, not weeks. It's like creating a fully automated factory for all your software development. This is the machinery that gets things done. And of course, the engineer drives some major ROI too, but in a totally different way. It crushes friction. That developer waiting weeks for a database, now they get it instantly from a self-service portal. It speeds everything up with automated pipelines. And this is so critical. It builds security and compliance rules right into the platform. It's a concept called policy as code, and it helps prevent incredibly costly mistakes and fines down the road. So there you have it. We've got the strategist who's obsessed with business logic and the engineer who's building the tech. Two incredibly powerful but very different ideas, all hiding behind the same little acronym. Let's put them side by side and really see the difference. This table just makes it all crystal clear, doesn't it? I mean, look at who they're for. Business IPE serves the execs, the operations folks. Platform IPE is for the engineers, IT, and security teams. And their metrics for success, they're worlds apart. One is looking at business stuff like cycle times and error rates. The other is all about tech metrics, like how fast you can deploy new code. And with data, one decides what data matters, while the other builds the pipes to move it. And really, if you want to boil it all down, it comes down to these two fundamental questions. The strategist is constantly asking, are we doing the right work, and are we doing it the right way? It's all about business value. Meanwhile, the engineer is asking, are we building our platforms the right way? That's a question of technical excellence and scale. Okay, and now for the big reveal. Because this isn't actually a story about conflict. It's about a critical partnership. These two IPEs aren't competitors fighting for budget. No, they are truly two sides of the very same enterprise coin. And here it is, the key takeaway for any leader watching this. The most successful, most mature organizations out there, they don't treat these as two separate things. They are actively, intentionally bringing them together into a single, unified strategy. And this model shows you exactly how they do it. See how it starts at the top with business strategy? Then you get to layer 2, integrated process excellence. That's our strategist, defining how the work should operate. Then that intent, that logic, flows right down to layer 4, where integrated platform engineering, our engineer, builds the platform to make it all run securely and at massive scale. They are perfectly, beautifully interlocked. So what happens when you only have one? Well, if you only have the engineer, amazing platforms but no clear strategy, you get really, really good at doing the wrong things. You're just automating broken processes. You end up with incredible technology that has almost zero business impact. And yeah, the opposite is just as bad. If you've only got the strategist, you have these brilliant process maps, but no engineering muscle, well, all your great ideas are just trapped on paper. You have these well-designed processes that are painfully slow, totally manual, and just can't scale. Your big plans for improvement are stuck, limited by how many people you can throw at the problem. And that brings us to what might be the single most important sentence in this entire explainer. Process IPE, the strategist, sets the why and the what. Platform IPE, the engineer, delivers the how at scale. You absolutely need both. One is the intelligence, the other is the execution engine. So I'll leave you with a question to take back to your own team. Now that you know about the two IPs, are your company's strategists and your engineers actually speaking the same language? Or could this hidden identity crisis be the thing that's holding you back? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.